One of the most critical challenges that we face as educators in today's classroom is how to actively engage our millennial learners in collaborative and meaningful learning experiences using digital tools of the 21st century. Hello and welcome. My name is Howard Brin, a current PhD student in educational technology at Walden University. The purpose of this brief presentation is to explore the use of today's digital technology in the middle school classroom to reach our millennial learners and to actively engage them in the learning process through collaboration. Our teens today routinely use communication devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptop computers on a daily basis while at home. According to a recent study conducted by the Pew Research Center's Internet in American Project, 78% of teens ages 12 to 17 have a cell phone, and 37% of teens own smartphones. 1 in 4 teens have a tablet computer, and 93% of teens have a computer or access to one at home. 95% of teens are online, a percentage that has been consistent since 2006. 81% of online teens use some kind of social media. 71% of online teens use Facebook, while 24% use Twitter. In general communications behaviors, 75% of all teens text, and 63% say that they use text to communicate with others every day. 62% of online teens get news about current events online, and 48% of wired teens have bought things online, such as music, books, or clothing. Therefore, it is safe to conclude, based on these statistics, that internet usage and the use of communication devices among our teens is very popular and pervasive. However, when our millennial learners come to school, they are required to turn these communication devices off and are not allowed to use them at all. Most educators are still using traditional methods of teacher-centered instructional strategies, requiring our students to sit in rows while they get lectured to for an extended period of time. Our teenagers today are wired up for technology and desire to use them in the classroom. And in today's society, it is critical that we allow them to use these tools to develop essential 21st digital skills. To actively engage today's millennial teenagers, teachers need to rethink their use of traditional strategies and tools and consider the integration of the internet and participative digital tools into instructional strategies and activities. Web 2.0 tools and social media can be leveraged to transform the learning environment, enhance instructional practices that are more student-centered, and positively impact overall student achievement. Many educators who have created technology-rich classroom environments are employing instructional strategies that embrace the fundamental constructivist principles. For instance, in many classrooms, students are posting their own essays on blogs and getting student feedback from their peers, using wikis to work in collaborative groups on problem-based learning projects, and using social networking sites such as Edmodo, Twitter, and Facebook to participate in asynchronous or synchronous discussions to share their own ideas and higher level thinking with their classmates. Teachers are also using these tools and social media to extend learning beyond the classroom walls. As educators, think about how they will use technology to support learning. they should understand that technology can be leveraged along a continuum of static to dynamic. Moeller explains that on the static end of the continuum, technologies are used to disseminate information to learners, which mirrors the traditional teacher-centered approaches. In the middle of the continuum, technologies are used to allow learners to interact with their peers and synthesize ideas from others to generate new knowledge. On the dynamic end of the continuum, emerging technologies are used to actively engage students in the learning process, where the teacher places great emphasis on constructivist approaches and collaboration. On this end, instructional practices are anchored in experiences where learners engage with content knowledge and are afforded opportunities of collaborating with their peers on a deeper cognitive level, using digital devices and the internet as a vehicle by which they are encouraged to construct new knowledge from meaningful, real-world, and authentic tasks. The International Society for Technology and Education developed standards that consist of skills that students need to be competitive in a digital and global society. One of the standards is collaboration and communication. Collaboration and communications are critical for students to be able to use online digital tools to collaborate with others and to communicate and share their ideas using social media. The following clips are examples where students were engaged in collaborative activities that were meaningful and where students were encouraged to construct their own knowledge using digital technology and social networking. These students used iPod Touch devices. They also were able to work with their peers in order to create stop motion videos based on a theme that they researched and developed on their own. And as these students collaborated with one another on these projects, the students' activity and their engagement in these activities became, their learning became more personal and authentic and real to them. This concludes our brief presentation, and I hope that you were able to get something out of it, and also I hope you're able to understand the importance of changing the way we think about teaching and learning using today's digital technology tools and social media in the classroom, and allowing us to take, as educators, to take advantage of these tools in order to better reach our millennial learners. The next segment and the final segment of this presentation is an interview with Nick Borg and Jeff O'Hara, who are co-founders of the Edmodo social learning platform. Edmodo's social learning platform is used by teachers and students and parents across the globe, around the world, but mainly here in the United States. Teachers use this platform in order to engage their students in collaborative work and engagement online. And parents are able to monitor this activity and keep track with student progress through this platform as well. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and again, thank you and take care.
We're always hearing from teachers that Edmodo is transforming the way they teach. When I got the idea for Edmodo, I was working with a school district in their IT department, and I was having to block a lot of social networking and video sites. That's when I felt that education really needed a place that it could call its own.
The original Edmodo office was actually Jeff's basement, and so while both continuing to work at our respective school districts, we would meet nights and weekends to listen to teacher feedback and continue to develop this product into what you see today. Everyone is connected everywhere they go now, except for within the classroom. When students and teachers would arrive within the walls of the school, they enter this void where the tools that connect them to one another don't exist anymore. And in a place where this resource sharing is so incredibly important because it hinges on a student's ability to learn, we absolutely knew this was a place for social media tools to exist, but adapted to meet the security and privacy concerns brought on by a school environment.
Nick and I have always said that we want to build tools that teachers want to use instead of have to use.
All of the features in Edmodo have been driven by teacher feedback and are put in place to make their lives easier. Edmodo has entirely been dependent upon the teaching community that has spread the word about its usefulness as a tool and actually taken that tool and used it in ways that it's improving student learning.
Working on Edmodo so far has been an incredible experience. We're excited to see where this goes because the possibilities are endless.